camping out here. Back on another one. I think they had enough of camping and left. Whoever was in there. Must have got too cold for them to get that Ohio gold. Cool looking duck. Just watched him land over there. Oh, there he goes. Hello and welcome. I'm Jeremy Canner and this is Ohio Prospecting. And yeah, I'm back out at the creek. Nice. The water is up today, as you can tell, because this gravel bar is underwater by like 1.5 feet. And that's a gravel pile that's usually protruding out of the water by like 1 foot. Sometimes 1.5 feet. So yeah, I seen a better spot way down the way where there's a bit easier ground to get to. So let's go back down that way. Let's go get in the car. Yeah, I did get a different car. Equinox. The Buick is dead. Yeah, the timing belt went on it. I'll get it fixed. Probably give it to one of the kids or something. Let them play with it in the property. Use it as a trail car. So yeah, let me get to panning. So we're gonna go down that way, start doing panning down there. Let's look for a good spot down at the cross. All right, and here we are at the cross. And I did a test sample or two from over here the last time I was around over here, and it wasn't too bad. Pretty good numbers, 4 specks of pan, 5 specks of pan, which is a lot better than my usual spots of a single speck or 2. And that's what today's efforts are, is we're gonna dig a hole with the high banker. I'm gonna show you how to properly clean up a hole using a dredge after high banking. Because if any of you are like me, you're always worried about the best gold possibly falling off of your shovel and back into the hole. And this always plagues me on all of my adventures. I'm always thinking about what kind of gold might have fell off the shovel back into the hole every time I was digging. And you know that all of you are thinking the same thing every time you're out there. I wonder what nugget or piece of gold might have fell off while I was digging. So that's why we're gonna run the dredge after we're done high banking. Hopefully, I'm gonna try. So let me get to it. I'm gonna do some test panning in this little area right through here, probably down towards that tree that's protruding out into the water. This is on the back side of an inside bend. Go ahead and that way. And then the straight line does continue from that tree right directly behind it where the other inside bend is. So this should be the straight line. So we're gonna set up through here after we do some test panning, find our good spot. Let me get set up. I'll be right with you guys. All right. So I got everything I need. And the reason why I came over into this area today was because of the smaller rocks. So it would be a lot easier for the dredging at the end, because down that way there's a lot bigger rocks, harder to deal with that 1.5-inch dredge. And I didn't bring the full dredge. Whoa. Welcome back. Yeah, it's a little bit windy today. Maybe I should adjust the back of the stand a little bit. Drop you guys back a little. All right, there we go. Finding gold, a rock, and we're gonna take a test pan from right there. Am I on screen? There you go. And I actually bought a classifier today. So that way I can make it a little bit easier on panning. Try to get everything down to one Pacific. Make my job a lot easier. And the toss. Let's see, can we get any gold? Oh, I bet you there's a nugget. Come on, let's get a nugget. Yeah, I'm a lot more goofier when there's no one around. I'm alone today. Really wonder who left their camp over there. I would not abandon my stuff like that. I would have cleaned up everything. I don't even care if it's storming. Everything's getting cleaned up. When I'm panning, I shake with one hand. I don't really use this one too much, but when I drop in the water like this, I'm just letting the water roll back out. Trying to put hardly any force into it. Really no force at all. Let gravity do its job. Holding it at its 45-degree angle and just letting the water whoosh it out. A lot of you know how to pan, but there's a lot of people around Ohio that don't even know that there's gold in Ohio. I still constantly run into people. There's gold in Ohio? Yeah. Watch my YouTube channel. A lot of black sand in this spot. Pretty good amount in the pan so far. I'm trying to get it down to a manageable washback point where I'm just to the black sand and hardly any blonde sand. It's actually supposed to snow today. Go figure. Rain in 1 minute, snow in the next. That's Ohio for you. The only state it'll stop from snowing just to rain, just to snow again later. All the same day. Hot, cold, hot, cold. I don't even know if I can get that on camera. So it's Alright, so I'm going to keep panning on. I'm not going to bore you guys with a bunch of pan. It'd be a lot easier if I could just smash a bunch of them out real quick without having to record it. So let me get to it. I'll be back. About 8 feet straight out from the shovel from the bank. And I got a decently visible piece of gold. Yeah, it's definitely getting better as you go out a little bit further. So I'm going to do another pan. And this makes 4 pans so far. So let's do a few more. It's getting better. All right, so I got it all set up. I ran it for a little bit, got that motor all nice and warmed up. Started digging a little bit, you know, because I want to get everything all nice and perfect. So I leveled everything out, got it all nice and neat. Yeah, show you guys real quick. See my tailing pile already? And just in the first few shovelfuls, loaded with black sand already. Nice. And not too many big rocks. It's actually kicking them out pretty good. It's doing its job. So I'll keep digging on here, but before I do that, I'm gonna take a spicy jerky break. 15 grams of protein. I need it. And my Mountain Dew. So yeah, I'll be back with you guys in a minute. I'm gonna get you guys set up on the tripod. We'll probably do a time lapse or so, and we'll get to it. All right, so I've ran my first tank of gas completely out, and I'm all set up here, still ready to run. And what I've been doing is I've been going about 3 foot across and bringing it like this way, all the way to the bank. I might even clear some of that over there. So that way, whenever I set up my gator dredge, some of you know what my gator dredge is, and for those that are new, my gator dredge is a homemade dredge that sits on a sluice stand, so that way I can keep it up out of the water and I can set it pretty much anywhere I want to set it up at. And it just a part of my high banker that disattaches, and I set a different sluice on it that's kind of in the shape of a gator with a little gator head on it. You'll see that when I get it all set up right over here. So let's look in the box. Is there any gold? None yet. Nothing that I can see right away anyways. If I was to sit here and stare long enough, I'll probably find one. But yeah, box is looking pretty good. Big old sand pile. Starting to get a little tailing pile going. Pretty good size hole. So let me get that filled back up. Get the second tank of gas run. I'm gonna try to at least run 3 tanks of gas through the high banker before I set up the dredge. So that's the goal for today. And man, it's just an awesome day. Wicked awesome. You can see the hills in the back. Ohio hills ain't very big, but they're pretty neat. Especially when you're like me and live up by the lake where there's hardly any hills at all. It's all flat. The only property that has hills is mine in Kingsville. Well, mine and my father's. But yeah, wicked awesome. Nice day. Loving it. Okay, so I've ran my second tank of gas out. It started snowing a little bit. I'm gonna have to go put my window up. My phone was getting wet. I didn't even know it was snowing. I had this running, and the holes from right here all the way back there to where the tip of the shovel is, maybe about a foot past the shovel. So I got about a 10-foot long trench going, 3 foot wide by 1.5 feet deep. I've been preparing it up for the dredge. I don't care if it's snowing or not, I'll still dredge. It did drop in temperature from 41 down to like 34. So let me get the third tank filled back up. Continue on digging on this hole. Then I'll fill up for the 4th time, change everything over to the dredge, and we'll get that running. And then I'll do a time lapse with the dredge. Get a dual music day. Sweet. Your pick next time. I'll let you guys pick the music next time on the next video. Anybody's choice. Oh, it's starting to come down a little bit. You guys can't really see it on camera, but I can see it out in the distance and in front of me. So yeah, I better get cleaned up here. And yeah, be right back. So I finished running the 3rd tank, and I've already started disassembling this and doing my clean out. Then I'm gonna get the dredge set up like right here somewhere. So that way I got my hoses just the way I need them. And we're gonna clean all this area right through here. From this rock all the way over there to my shovel where I stopped digging. And I even widened it out over there. I made it like 5 feet around back there because the gold was getting way better back there. So yeah, wait till you guys see what we get when we get home. But yeah, let's get that dredge set up. Get this gas back up for the 4th tank of gas today. And then I'll get everything cleaned up and get back to the house. But let's get that dredge set up. Well, I got the dredge up and running. And as you can see, this is the gator sluice. The gator dredge is up and running. So I'm going to throw you guys on the time lapse. And I'll see you guys at the house after I'm done running this, because it's getting cold. See you in a bit. All right, so I got some kind of clog in the fuel line. Yeah. So it looks like I'm gonna get cleaned up. Dredge was actually running pretty good. I ran through the 1st tank of gas and I was getting ready to fill up the 2nd tank of gas. And then, yeah, it decided to clog up on me. It won't even pull gas up to the primer button, so I gotta figure that out. Good thing I got a spare gas tank at home that I can steal parts off of. All right. All right, so I'm back at the house, and yeah, there are a lot of concentrates left. So I'm gonna have to use the bucket. And some of it looks pretty fine, but down in there from the high banking runs, there's definitely a lot of that little pebbly stuff. So we're going to class it down to -1/8 inch and get the cleanup sluice all set back up. I just cleaned it all out. And I'll be right back with you guys. Let's get to that cleanup. Let's not bore you guys with all this. Let's just get there. So on my request to find better lighting, I come up in the kitchen. And there's Luke over here trying to destroy a Mountain Dew box. Destructive little kid. But yeah, I did find my better lighting. As long as the camera focus in this time. There we go. Yeah, I did pretty good out on this trip. Nice bit of chunky. I did find quite a bit of decent chunky on this video, and I ain't even zoomed in yet. Let's go ahead and zoom her on in 3 times. There we are. Oh, zoomed back out. Sorry. Oh, that's 4 times. 3 times. Nice. So we did get a decent amount of chunky on this trip. And I'm assuming that this chunky came from going further out, digging my trench, which worked out pretty good. And using that dredge at the end, cleaning up the hole really efficiently is definitely the ticket. So how to increase your gold? By using proper equipment. So that's all I got time for on this video. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you out there on the next one. Tell everybody bye, Luke.